stay asleep. You can stay asleep. You can stay asleep. Lay your head down. Yeah. Lay your head down, honey. You don't have to be awake. Shh. Morning. Morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Shh. Lay your head. Lay your head down, honey. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Are you doing any more Slime Live soon? That information is actually in the info when you first joined. Can you not see the info about the live? It says that there's a Slam Live tonight at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Does that not show for everybody? If it doesn't, I apologize. I tried to make it show for everybody so that everyone has that info. But the answer is yes, tonight, 5:30 p.m. Yeah. And I did one yesterday, actually, or no, not yesterday, day before yesterday. I did a Slime Live day before yesterday, and I'm doing another one tonight at 5:30 p.m. So, yes. Filtered with you? What was it? What did you say? Oh my gosh, why can't I open this? Honey, can you lay your head down and sleep? You can sleep, right, sweetheart? They are stomping around up there already, and it is barely 30 in the morning. I don't even know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do. It is wild times up there. Our building has just stopped responding to me asking when this is gonna end. Like, I didn't even say like, hi, you can't do it. I was just like, can you just tell me like the hours that they're gonna do it so I can plan? And they're just not even responding anymore. I'm like, I feel like asking what hours construction is gonna go on in your building isn't an unreasonable question. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm saying, oh, you can't do construction. I'm just like, when is it gonna be? Right? Like, I don't know, that feels totally normal to me. Hey, can you lay your head down? It's time for sleepy time. Look at this way. Lay your head down. Yeah. Lay your head down. Sleepy time. Sleepy time. Can you lay your head down? You were just sleeping. Why are we awake all of a sudden? Respect isn't coming. Yeah, roll for slime. That's exactly right. That's right. That's exactly right. Roll for slime. Why all of a sudden do we no longer sleep, do we think? We used to be a sleepy girl, and now we only sleep for 10 minutes in the morning? Why? She's awake because of book club time. Yeah, she used to sleep through book club because apparently that is a no longer situation. Oh. Good morning, Samantha. Good morning to everyone. Is everyone ready for birthdays tonight? Tonight is Roll for Slime birthday. All the July birthday babies in one day. Very exciting. Very exciting. Good morning. Show her her internet family. She does know. She knows. She knows that everyone's waiting for her stories. All her aunties are here, waiting to hear from her. Good morning. It's true. It's true. My God, I didn't recognize. That's really funny. That is hilarious, Becca. She definitely needs to see more pictures if she's not recognizing her without my hand. More wait time means she's trying. I know. She's in a growth spurt. But you can lay your head down, precious. Devin picked up bartending shift tonight. No! Well, it'll be recorded, Jillian, for sure. For sure, for sure. But I get that. I'm a workaholic too. I'm always, you know, picking up more work and stuff, so I get it. I get it. Do you think, my sweet angel, she was talking about Zoe again. Sorry. Aw, I can't wait for them to play again. It's gonna be so exciting. Yay! Crazy thing, Zoe starts school on August 14th. Isn't that weird? It feels early to me. So she'll only be able to hang out on the weekend days while you guys are here, but I thought that was, felt early. The 14th of August. Yeah. Your son starts the 18th. Yeah, physical therapy. Yay! The 18th and the 14th do feel early to me. Do you want to go back to sleep, honey? You were sleeping so nicely. I don't understand. My son goes back to school on August 1st. August 1st. Wow. August 1st feels really early. Huh. I mean, it shows what I know, because this is very different than when I was a kid, for sure. They've very much changed it. Well, we're out the 21st is here 2 weeks earlier than normal. We get out more. Public schools and the colleges are way apart. Huh. Someone I know sent her daughter back this week. Her school is different, though. This week? Wow. It's not a year-round school. July feels very early. Summer's about over for us. Wow. I mean, that does not feel like how it was when I was a kid, but I mean, like, you know, things change, of course. Just surprises me, I guess. Okay. Scooching. Are you sure you don't want to sleep? Because I feel like it could be really good if you would sleep. Your kids go back to school Monday. Really? Wow. Okay. Well, now I feel like saying that Zoe goes back on the 14th is early feels silly, because that doesn't feel early at all anymore. Do you want to sleep? You can sleep. You can sleep. You can sleep. Sleep. You can sleep. You can sleep. You can sleep. Sleep. You can sleep. You can sleep. You can sleep. Sleep. Yeah. Arizona? Oh, it's year-round school. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Year-round school is different, though, right? I mean, I don't know. Feels different. Okay. We are going to make a very, remember back in the day when it started first week of September? Yes, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I started in September, and we got out in June. That was just always the way of it, you know? I cannot be in a school building in Arizona right now. I have to tell you, if you've always been end of August, yeah, close this, yeah. What I was gonna say actually is, if I lived in Arizona, oh, we're doing the drool on mommy's arm like crazy again thing. Can we face the other way so that mommy can handle the drool? What do you think? Do we think we can face it? Or yeah, cuddle in that way. That's good. Yeah, that's start in September and go until June. Yeah. Thank you, Anya. And they add more holidays, don't you? The thing that I was gonna say is, if I lived in a much hotter area, I would actually want to be in school in the summer. Her hair is totally getting lighter. Yes, it very much is. She might end up blonde at the rate we're going.
if I lived in a hotter place, I would want to be in school in the summer and I would want to be out in the other time. So I would want to get out in May and go back earlier, because you might as well be inside in the air conditioned building doing school when it's so hot, and then get to go play when it's less hot. Yeah, exactly. They can't be outside during the summer anyway, so you might as well be in school in that time. Is that crazy? Does water park have water? Yes. Yes, the water park has water. Definitely. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish the chapter from yesterday, and then we'll read the next one, or hope. Not all schools have AC. That in Arizona should be a crime. I mean, like, in certain places, not having air conditioning, like, fine. Like, actually, even where I went to school, like, we wouldn't have needed it. We lived so close to the beach that it, like, air conditioning wasn't necessary. But Arizona, you better absolutely have air conditioning for those children. That makes sense. I didn't think of it that way. New York doesn't have AC in most schools. That's crazy. New York needs it. Well, depends on the time of year, right? Like, if they get out of school before summer, New York doesn't really need it. But if they're in school in the summer, then they do need it, you know? I think it just depends on when you go, you know? Okay, so Minnesota needs AC and heat. Yeah, they need to get out earlier, in my opinion. Yeah, I get that. I hear that. All right, so we're finishing chapter from yesterday. We are on chapter 23, but we only have a tiny bit left out of it. And then we will go ahead and read the next chapter right after this. And here we go. The idea of being trapped up in this high-pitched black while the bark gets slippery scares me, but I can't abandon Welly. I could get some sparks going with my flint striker, but how would I build a fire up here? I fumble around in Maisley's pack looking for something to use as fuel when I come upon the potato battery kit. Theoretically, I could make my own light. It probably wouldn't produce much if I did. It might be of some comfort, though. A faint rumble of thunder prompts me to try, and I wedge myself awkwardly between the trunk and the branch, and I use my backpack as a work table. Beatty said that the potato shouldn't be eaten after it was a battery, so I restrict myself to using just one, saving the last one for Welly's breakfast. I cut a potato in half and remove each component from its plastic bag and strain to replicate Beatty's demonstration. Wrap the copper coins and then zinc nails in wire, leaving a tail, and stick them to the potato halves. This takes a while given the limited light. There's a bad moment when one of the coins slips through my fingers and escapes to the forest floor. I'm about to give up when I remember Maisley's medallion and I work it through the woven cord. After more than a few false starts, I attach the final wire to a tiny light bulb and I'm rewarded with a dim glow. In most circumstances, this would be negligible, but in the gloomy arena, it felt like life itself, and Welly's eyes flutter open. They lock on it, and she gives a sigh. The first raindrops patter onto the leaves while I'm looking for somewhere close by to rig a hammock. The branches don't feel sturdy enough, so instead I position a tarp to keep Welly dry and wrap Maisley's blanket around her multiple times. I cut up some strips of tarp and I tie them along her legs and her midsection, securing her to the branch. She doesn't seem to notice, though. She just fixates on her light, no moving her until morning. So I arrange a second tarp and a few straps for myself. It rains cats and dogs for a while, turns misty, and then clouds withdraw. I'm dozing off when something catches the leaves above my head. The parachute brings a cup of warm vanilla pudding and a packet of balls, each wrapped in crinkly festive paper. It's chocolate. Someone in the capital still has a heart, and with patience I coax the pudding into Welly bit by bit, and although we lose half to dribbles and the other half makes it into her belly. Then I break the chocolate balls in two with my teeth, and I slide a piece into her mouth, and she gives a little smack of her lips. I allow myself a ball or two as well. Chocolate's pricey stuff in the seam, definitely for birthdays or special occasions, and this stuff is top of the line, creamy and sweet and rich, and if it's the last thing I ever eat, I'd be okay with that. I shake off my tarp to repurpose it as a blanket, and I have dozed off again, almost, when I hear Welly begin to cry. I reach to console her, but she's fast asleep. The weeping comes from far below at the base of a tree. Is it Silka? Who else could it be? She isn't trying to hunt us or huddle against the tree. She's just huddled against the tree trunk. I didn't peg her for a crier, but of course, still probably got tear stains on my cheek from Maisie's passing. I'm sure that Silka has plenty to cry about too, even if she's the clear front runner in the games. We've all of us got enough dead kids to mourn for a lifetime. I become intensely aware of the three of us huddled around this tree, the last trio of human heartbeats in the arena, sad, desperate, but also a rare moment of district unity in the games. You know what would make it even better? I dropped a handful of chocolate balls right down into the night. A startled sound, and then a sob softens into sniffles. A candy wrapper crackles. Quiet. Not a bad poster, all in all. Aw, that's really sweet. He gave her some chocolate even though she's technically the enemy. Okay, I'm moving this because she will not let me sit down, so we're gonna have to bounce here. Yeah. Do you want to lay your head down for chapter 24? You could. You could sleep. You could sleep for chapter 24. Yeah, you could sleep. You could. You could sleep for chapter 24. Shh, 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 shh. Are you sure you don't want to sleep? It'd be really nice. It'd be really nice. Yeah. Yeah. You could sleep. You know what? I'm going to try something really quick. Hold on. Hey. You want this? Lay your head down. Lay your head down. Lay your head down. Yeah. That's nice, huh? Lay your head down. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Now you can sleep, huh? No, lay your head down. Lay your head down. Yeah. You gotta lay your head down over here, honey. You can't lay it way over there. Yeah. No. No. You gotta stay right here. Yeah. Right here. Woo. Here, 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 here. Oh, honey. You don't want it? You do want it. Lay your head down. If you stick your tongue out, it's gonna fall out of your mouth. You gotta keep it in your mouth. There you go. Okay. Very nice. Oh, nope. We're dropping it. You want it. I know you do. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Chapter 24. Snatches of sleep breed nightmares, and the dawn finds me weak and weary. Oh, I forgot to put my glasses back on. This is the problem with technically being able to see. Do you want to lay your head down, honey? Okay, I'll hold it for you. How about that? Yeah. And dawn finds me weak and weary, like the guy in Lenore Dove's poem. The arena leaves no time to properly grieve anyone, and I'm left feeling cheated, shallow, and cold-hearted. Luella, Ampert, Maisie, everybody deserves far better, and I can't generate it. Yeah? You want to talk? But maybe you could lay your head down and sleep. What do you think? Yeah. Lay your head down, honey. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Anya. That was a pretty funny mistake. That was pretty funny. I couldn't see to type. I was typing blindly, so autocorrect is just a thing. I check on Welly, who sleeps peacefully on her branch. No need to wake her yet. Silka's gone. Not that I expect some grand alliance forming between us. She had a vulnerable moment, accepted the chocolate, and then probably felt ashamed for doing so. I'm guessing District 1 doesn't reward its careers for being only human. Yeah, Silka's out there, and likely nearby unless she's scavenging for food. She could have thought to try the cornucopia or gone back to Mariette's supplies, but she knows where we are and she'll be back to kill us. I reach over my tarp to rub the gunk from my eyes and notice black smudges on my fingers. Not sure where those came from. They didn't really register in the dark last night. I don't think it's tree bark though, or the tarp. It's something maybe with the potato battery. It doesn't matter really, unless, no, it is the stuff from Nightmares. Suddenly, a whole bunch of light bulbs turned on at once. Me working the copper flower medallion out of Maisley's necklace, the black residue on my hands after I rigged the fuse in the tank. Really? You don't want this? Okay. You want to sleep? You really should. The black residue, sorry, I read that already. The black residue on my hands after I rigged the fuse at the tank, and Beatty's final words to me at the buffet. If Amber fails to show, we've also replaced the... But then Welly had... Sorry. Honey. Can you lay your head down and go sleepies? Yeah. Mommy can read if you go sleepies. What's wrong? What's wrong? You want it back? But you didn't seem to want it. What's wrong, honey? What is it, baby? What's wrong? What's wrong? Hey, 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 hey. I know it hurts. I know. But if you chew on this, it'll feel better. It'll feel better if you chew on this. No, it won't. It won't feel better. Oh, honey. It will. It will feel better. It'll also feel better if you sleep. Yeah. Hey, hey, look at mommy. Look at mommy. Look at mommy. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, okay. I know, it's concerning. Poor puppy. Okay, 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 you're out. You're out. I wanted you in, but you're out. There you go. Here's your chewy. Let's put this under your... Hey, hey, hey. Under the chins. Under the chins. Here you go. Take it with 2 hands. Hey, what's the matter? What is it? It's right here. Take it. Take it. Take it with 2 hands. Yeah, good job. That's great. You're doing great. 2 hands. Mommy will use a bounce. Yeah, I'll use my foot to bounce you. Yeah, but you gotta hold it with 2 hands, okay? She just hasn't slept. That's the thing. She just hasn't slept. Like, it's crazy how little sleep she's gotten this whole week. It's just like, yeah, under the chins, yeah. It has to go under all the chins, otherwise it doesn't work. Guys, did you know that there are a lot of parents out there who don't bother with bibs and then their kids get yeast infections on their neck? Like, I thought that it was an exaggeration, and then I was with a mommy group the other day, and one of the moms was like, oh, it's so cute how you always have a bib on her. I'm like, yeah, because I don't want her neck to get wet, because I don't want her to get it. And they were like, I was like, and telling them what I do, like all the things I do, and they were like, yeah, we had to get medicine, because like I just don't like to put bibs on her, so she got a yeast infection on her neck. I was like, just don't like to put bibs on her. Just don't like to put bibs on her. Like, it's like it's a fashion statement. Like, I'm not doing it for funsies. Like, I don't know. It's a little bit awful. Yeah, no. Yeah, bibs or anything. I mean, it doesn't have to be a bib. It can be any kind of cloth to keep it dry. Takers of parents send in multiples. Yes, as they should. As they should. Multiples. We go through at least 3 a day, if not more. And that doesn't even include just me patting her mouth with a separate burp cloth. I know, anything would be fine. Literally a paper towel would be better than nothing. No, they could probably rip that up and eat it, so maybe not a paper towel, but like literally any kind of cloth, a washcloth, like whatever. I use burp cloths and bibs, but like, you don't have to. It's so much drool. No, truly, it's like an epic amount of drool. I have changed my own shirt like 3 times a day sometimes because I can't stand, like, I have sensory issues, so like the moistness on my skin is hard for me, and obviously I try not to react to her because I don't want her to feel bad, but like it is really hard for me to have like drool on me. But like I don't want her to get an infection. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, no, she's never had one. Massive puker. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, she's just a drooler. She's just a drooler, but it has to go under all the chins. Yeah, skin has to be dry, and we also use, you know, a cream to be a barrier from any wetness that like makes her skin get all dry and yucky. So you know, just a good old burp cloth stuck under all those chins. It does the job. So far, so good, right? We also wash behind our ears, which I heard a lot of mommies don't do. We do that. Okay, let's keep going now that we've determined that she's a clean child. She had a bath last night. What berry cream we use? We use the Tubby Todd. It's great. By the way, you guys, so we live in a dry area. California is just really dry. And so like I was noticing her ankles were getting dry. Weird, right? I know, like what a strange thing to have be dry, but her ankles were really dry. And I had been putting lotion on her whole body because like I have baby lotion for her and it wasn't doing any good. So finally I started putting a little bit of the Tubby Todd on her ankles. Not dry anymore. That stuff's a miracle, truly. Yeah, thank you to Becca for introducing me to that because I wouldn't have known about it otherwise. But Becca got us some originally, and I was like, "Oh man, this stuff is great." So we don't go without it anymore. It's very good. Yeah, very good. Got to clean all the rolls and things. Yes, all the creases and rolls. That's right. Aveeno. Yeah, we tried that. It just didn't do the same thing. But every kid's skin is different, right? Every kid takes to different things. I use Aveeno for myself and it works lovely. But so that's why I thought it would be really good for her. And that was one of the first ones I bought for her when she was real little. It did not do the job for her. You're drenched too. Yeah, what I do every morning and every night is I put a layer of Tubby Todd all here and all here. Because she drools all over here and you'll get like dry and bumpy here. But yeah, we tried the CeraVe one also. The only thing that works for us is the Tubby Todd. And listen, that's not to say that Aveeno and CeraVe don't work for other kids. Like I said, everyone's skin is different. I use Aveeno for myself. I've used CeraVe for myself. Cetaphil is what my husband uses on his face. He loves it. But for her, they just aren't cutting it. So we use the Tubby. And the problem, the big problem is Tubby Todd's not cheap, you guys. The stuff is a little on the pricey side, right? But I don't want her to have any problems, so I'm putting up with it. Would I pay that much money for my own skin? Probably not. Probably not, you know. Should we keep going now that you've had your time, that we've talked about your skin thoroughly? Thoroughly talked about your skin? Where was I? Pretending to focus on the sunrise, I nonchalantly rub a bit of the braided cord between my thumb and index finger and then casually fiddle with the water jug. No question, the smudge came from her token. One last chance, one final opportunity to ruin the games in a way that the Capitol can't conceal. I can't be 100% sure until I unwind the cord and check for the blasting cap, but if I'm right, I must not waste this goodbye gift. I lean back against the trunk, trying to look indifferent while my mind races. What possible targets remain? The tank's blown, the generator's off limits, access to sub-A will be hard to finagle at a second time. That leaves just the cornucopia. And why not? Isn't that the very symbol of their despicable show? And isn't that the gesture left to me that's... You dropped it? Here you go. Yeah. That, isn't that gesture left to me purely symbolic, given that the machinery lies beyond my grasp? I could still blow a nice big hole in the side of their shiny golden horn, leave it smoldering and defaced in the center of their pretty little meadow, a twisted and ugly reminder of the history of the Hunger Games. A horn of plenty for the few, desperation for many, destruction for all. Once again, the trick will be to get them to show it on screen, but with only 3 of us left, it might just be possible. If I could revive Welly with a bit more, get enough calories in her, I'm sure that she could last. And then I could tuck her somewhere safe, and I could stage the showdown with Silka at the cornucopia. I could try and take her out, and in the cornucopia, I could try to take her and the cornucopia out in the same explosion. And if we're directly beside it, how could they not show it? Really? 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 That's what you're going to do right now? That kind of screaming? You're going to make people think that something bad is going on, that you're not just bouncing in your bouncer. And lest anybody be concerned, she's got one of those lay down bouncers, not the stand up bouncers. I would not risk her little leggies, don't worry. You're bouncing. You're happy. It's good. Let's keep bouncing. Let's keep reading. And then, if I survive, Snow will have the game makers kill me, and then Welly will get the crown. A peek of her haggard little face gives me pause. Welly is on the brink of starving to death. Even if she can hang on, the lack of food leaves her vulnerable to a host of other dangers, from physical weakness to dehydration to illness. We've got some chocolate left, but dumping that straight into her shrunken stomach might result in the reverse of the intended effect. There's the last potato. It's good and it's bland, but it needs bacon. Do you want an ice pop? Do you want a milk pop? How about a milk pop, my angel? What do you think of a milk pop? What about a milk pop? What about a milk pop? Boop, 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 boop. Milk pop. You gotta hold it with 2 hands though. It only works with 2 hands. Yeah, let go of this one. Yeah, is that yummy? Wow, so yummy. No book, just me. I'm sorry, but I love the happy. That's the thing. At least they're happy screams, right? Like, so she does scream a lot at me, but like, I think it's pretty clear that she's not like in distress. I think everyone can hear that she's not like crying. You know what I mean? Like, I would pick her up if she was crying, but she's just like going like, "Ma!" I hope that's clear, that I'm not just letting my child sit and cry. She's not crying. She's just vocalizing, right? Well, now she's just eating. You love that ice pop, don't you? Yummy milkies, huh? Yummy. Is that so good? Yeah, is that so yummy? You're doing a great job holding it. Your dexterity is on point, kid. Good job. Okay. Your kids still do the joyful scream? Yeah. Well, your kids are a little older, so you can actually say, hey, inside voice. I tell her inside voice, and she doesn't get it. It's weird. I'm like, can you pretend like you're talking to a butterfly? And she's like, what's a butterfly? And I'm like, cool. You think that's silly? You think that's silly? Is that so silly? You got to eat it from the top. It doesn't work if you chew on the handle. I know, the handle feels good, but there's no milk in the handle. Yeah. Let's see, where were we? Welly's on the brink of starving to death, and even if she can hang on, the lack of food leaves her vulnerable to a host of other dangers, from physical weakness to dehydration to illness. We've got some chocolate left, but dumping that straight into her shrunken stomach might result in the reverse of the intended effect. There's the last potato. It's good and bland, all right, and that's my priority. Bake the potato, feed Welly, hide Welly, lure Silka to the cornucopia, blow her up with the cornucopia. How could anything go wrong? Well, here's a problem for starters. After the tank incident, if the game makers see me unwinding a token, I'm gonna have every mutt in the arena coming at my head. I need an off-camera moment. No time like the present. As if blocking the sun, I pull the tarp up over my head with minimal movements, and I unclasp Maisley's necklace and I unravel the cord. I get a boost when I expose the blasting cap, securely attach it to the end. Perhaps I'm not entirely hopeless. After wrapping the fuse tightly around it, I conceal it in my pocket and I rub my hands really good on my pants to clean them. Will the game makers notice that the tokens disappeared? When Welly wakes, maybe I should pretend that I lost it. It could have gone the way of the brass medallion, and then again, drawing attention to its absence might backfire. I do an inventory of my equipment. Fuse, check. Blasting cap, check. Explosive, check. Flint striker, check. I've got everything that I need, even a handful of oily candy wrappers for tinder. Eager to get going, I toss off the tarp, give a big stretch, and I free myself from the tarp strips. Welly's eyes fly open. She takes me in as if weighing my worth, and then she frowns. Don't leave me again, she whispers. No doubt I am, from where she sits, the greatest abandoner of the newcomers. She's not wrong, but I had bigger fish to fry. She's still not wrong. I try to sound chipper when I say, hey, Welly, how about I climb down and I bake you a potato? Do you think you can handle that? Don't leave me. Well, hey, look, I'm pretty sure that Silka's in the vicinity. I feel like you would be safer up here. No, I can't be alone again. And she begins to struggle against her restraints. I'll follow you. Okay. I settle her back down. Let me untie you. This is not ideal, but I can't risk her trying to climb down after me. She'd certainly fall to her death. So I carefully remove the tarp strips and the blanket and store all her stuff in the pack. Look, I'm gonna need you to hold on. Can you do that? She nods, but when she puts her arms around my neck, they're as limp as boiled noodles. It will have to be over my shoulder. Better try the miner's carry. I toss her and I tell her, tossing the pack to the ground. I gingerly hoist her up around my shoulders, getting a tight grip on the arm, and then she falls across my chest. That's the way we were taught to do it if we have to haul the injured out of the mines after an accident. There was never much to her, but I doubt that she could tip the scales at 60 pounds now, so I inch our way down the tree, nearly falling twice as a branch snaps beneath my boots. And when I reach the forest floor, I gently lay her on the pine needles. Is that so yummy? Is that so yummy? Yeah. It's got to go this side in. This side has to go in your mouth. Oh, you have a very wet chin right now. Let's get a little dry. I know it's from the ice pop, but let's try to keep it dry, okay? Here you go. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Keep that under there. Here you go. Yummy, yummy. So milkies. So milkies. I give her a chocolate ball to gnaw on, and then I fashion a nest for her out of the blankets. When I check on her for fever, her forehead's cold as marble. Hey, are you cold? A little, she says, and I note the purple tint to her lips. Well, a fire will warm you up, and then we can bake you that potato. A cursory examination of the local brush shows that this will prove to be a challenge. Last night's rain, while relatively brief, fell heavily, dampening the available fuel. In a few hours, the sun will have lent me a hand, but at the moment, dry fuel seems scarce, and now I'm going to have to forage for something that's being protected by the overhanging limbs or rock formations. What to do with Welly? Carry her? That'll be difficult if I'm collecting wood. Cross my fingers and hope that Silk is far off? Too risky. That means... Oops. 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 You gotta hold it with two hands. You gotta hold it right here on this part. This is the not cold part. Yeah, hold that part with two hands. That means trying to hide her. Hey, Welly, I'm gonna have to travel a bit for fuel. No, don't leave me. It won't be for long and I won't go far. I'll make sure you're good and hidden. Don't! We need fire. It's okay. Look what I got for you. And I hang Maiselee's blowgun around her neck. This was Maiselee's. It's all loaded. All you have to do is take a deep breath and blow really hard into this end, and a poisonous dart comes flying out. She killed Panache with it. She saved my life. Yeah. Maiselee saved his life. She did. Really? Really. Maiselee saved his life, honey. Maiselee saved his life. How do you feel about that? Oh, wow. You don't like Maiselee? I actually kind of like Maiselee. In the end, I liked her. You're not, you're not taught to like her in the beginning, but in the end, she turned out to be a good ally. Don't you feel like that's worth something? Sure, she was a mean girl most of his life, but being a good ally when it matters, that means something. Right? I think so. Yeah. I think it means something. Yeah. That's the wrong side, honey. That doesn't have any milk. This side has the milk. Yeah. Here, look. Two hands. One hand here. One hand here. Yummy. Very good. Hey, Alyssa, how are you? Hello, hello. When are you coming to visit us? Soon, I hope. Maiselee left us too, says Welly sadly. No, she didn't leave you. She got separated looking for Lulu and she couldn't get back to you. She'd want you to have this. She told me that she thought you would be a good victor. Oh, that's right. I forgot. The girls' birthdays. That's right. She did? Welly's eyes widen. What did she mean? A good victor? Great question. I think it means that you never stop being a newcomer. Welly tears up and then steels herself with determination. Yeah, I can do that. For the others, she says. Okay, hide me. She reaches out her arms for me to carry her. Nearby, I discover a tree almost hidden by cascading wild grapevines. Tucking Welly behind them and arranging the leafy curtain is the best that I can do. And then with dual pressure time and geography, she'll wait my return, armed with her paring knife and her blowgun. Yeah. Remember, I tell her, you've only got one dart, so make it count. Now, sit tight, and I'll be back before you know I'm gone. I intend this to be true, but as I search in the widening circle, I feel my confidence waning. The available wood smoke... Sorry. Hey, Hey, Screamy Head. Here you go. There you go. 2 hands. The available wood would smoke like crazy, even if I could get it lit with my handful of candy wrappers, which is doubtful. Which is doubtful. Yeah. Did you know that if you let mommy put you in the wrap, I could hold the pop for you? Did you know that? That's how it would work. And then you wouldn't have to scream at me. What do you think of that? The whole idea of baking a potato loses its appeal, and perhaps if I slice it paper thin while it's raw, she'd be able to stomach it. What would really help, like, hello, sponsors, would be a nice basket full of food. I mean, what are they saving it for? Surely, truly, what if I read it to you? I will read to you. I mean, what are they saving it for? Surely 2 of the last 3 tributes in the arena have had enough of their combined accounts for a cup of chicken chicken back broth. I think that Mags must read my mind, because as I'm making a beeline back to my ally, a parachute practically... You're all done with this? Okay. Why don't we go to our play mat? Do you want to go to your play mat? Can I dry you off? You're very, very... Okay. 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 La 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 la. Okay. Okay. La 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 la. There you go. See? All good, huh? Yeah. You stay right there. Mommy's coming. Yeah, mommy's coming. I'm a-coming. I'm a-coming. All right, you guys are going to go on a roller coaster. Are you ready? Woo! And another drop. Whee! And another drop. One more until I get to the floor. Hold on. Okay. And away. Okay, I'm just going to go put this in the freezer real quick. I'm still right here, honey. I just went to the freezer for 2 seconds. Is mommy allowed to put something in the freezer? What do you think? Is mommy allowed to do that? Oh, you like my shirt? Thank you. It's a fun one. I like all the zipper shirts because they make it easy to feed her just out and about, you know? Come here. Okay, come here. Before we start all these screamy pansies, let's have something fun. Look. Look. It's your ball. Don't you want it? You want to launch it across the room like you usually do? Yeah, go ahead, throw it. I think Mags must read my mind, because as I'm making a beeline back to my ally, a parachute practically brushes my nose as it floats to my boots. I squat down to tear it open and find an ornate picnic basket. A card of thick paper rests atop it with the words, "Courtesy of the Capitol." What isn't in the arena? But inside, nestled in a snowy linen napkin, I find a pitcher, and a chill goes through me as I lift it to the sunlight. A white cylinder resting in a sparkling... a white... You're going to distract me, and I'm not going to be able to read this important moment. Sorry, where was I? Okay. It's a white cylinder resting in a spiral staircase. It's important, right? Yeah, that's important. The golden eagle is perched on the lid. My thumb depresses... Truly, honey, you must be joking. You really just want to scream nonstop, even though you're playing with all your stuff? Look, these are your toys. You have so many beautiful toys. Why are we screamy pants? Look, mommy's going to hold you up with her legs. There you go. Okay. My thumb depresses its tail, flipping it open, revealing the cool, creamy milk. If this is not the pitcher from Plutarch's library, then it's an exact replica. I stuff the card in my pocket and return the pitcher to the basket to conceal it in my trembling hands. What am I to make of this new arrival? There are only 2 possibilities, as opposite as day and night. On the positive thinking side, this could be a genuine gift from Plutarch by way of Mags, a pint of sustenance, a draft of encouragement. It could mean, well done, Hamish. Through the fog of propaganda, the cards stacking and the lies, I can see that you succeeded with your mission. Did your bit. And if the tank explosion failed to drown the brain entirely, which is not your fault, it threw everything into a tailspin. Take this milk to Welly, keep her alive, and play out your hand as best you can. I'm sorry about that, Avery. I apologize deeply for that. But on the flip side, maybe Mags had nothing to do with this gift, and the evil message goes like this. Greetings from your president. You didn't think I saw your little stunt with the milk pitcher in the library, but you were wrong, because I see everything. Your bombs, your plots, and even your flint striker from your pretty little bird. And now you have a choice. Do you drink the milk? Give it to your sickly ally? Pour it to the ground? Because naturally you suspect that it's laced with poison. What do you do, Hamish Abernathy? You must know that the eyes of Panem, and mine in particular, are watching your every move. Yes, everyone is watching. If I do not immediately take this milk back to Welly and attempt to save her, it'll look as if I'm playing nice to her but actually trying to kill her so that I can be one step closer to being District 12's second victor. However, I am almost certain that it is poisonous and that it came from Snow. I don't believe that Plutarch would be careless enough to link himself so publicly to me since I bombed the tank. Surely, many people, many game makers on the inside are familiar with the symbol of the golden staircase that's so often displayed in the Heavens Beam mansion. Matchy. Given that he was assigned to cover the District 12 tributes, it's probably against the rules for Plutarch to back us anyway. Like Proserpina said, it was for her and Vitus. It's from Snow, this milky death, the fate that I have been trying to defy ever since I saw that perverse birthday cake on the train come home to roost like the raven in the poem, forever perched above my chamber door. I am completely in Snow's power and his to manipulate. His puppet, his pawn, his plaything. It's his poster I'm painting, his propaganda. I'm trapped into doing his bidding in the Hunger Games, the best propaganda that the capital has. Pa must be rolling in his grave. The proud District Alliance, the newcomers will never be allowed to win. Welly will die of poisoning or starvation or career. Silka, that capital wannabe, will take the crown. And me? There's only one thing left for me to do if I don't want to die as a traitor to the districts. As Welly's killer by negligence, since I refused to go poison her, and Snow knows that. He has followed my every move down to the final resolution and awaits my inevitable surrender. I must drink the milk. Time is now, and the game is over. So I retrieve the pitcher and I flip the lid and I examine the contents. Every cell in my body resists capitulating to this end. And I wonder if I could pretend to trip and drop the pitcher. At least then I'd be postponing the moment of Silka's victory when the cannons then fire, and I freeze, mystified. Was this not the moment that for the president to savor my defeat? What's going on? Who has interfered with his gameplay? I hurl the pitcher aside, hearing it crack open on the rock, and as I take off for the wild grapevines, as promised, I'm not far, but hoping against hope that somehow Silka has met a muddy end. That would make everything so much simpler. Rounding a final clump of saplings, I freeze in horror at what awaits. Silka stands like a statue in her snot green outfit splattered in bright red, and in her right hand is her axe. Her left... My reaction just goes to show that I did not remember reading this. Oh my god. Sorry. I'm gonna reread it, the beginning, so that I get it straight through, because I don't want to have it be clunky, but I'm sorry. Okay, wow. Rounding a final clump of saplings, I freeze in horror at what awaits. Silka stands like a statue, her snot green outfit splattered in bright red. Her right hand holds her axe. Her left holds Welly's head, eyes still open, mouth agape. The only movement, the only sound, comes from the blood dripping into the pine needles on the forest floor. Welly's body lies crumpled in a heap a few feet away. The shiny silver bicycle bell, the blowgun, the child-sized boots, a headless baby chick. I could live 10,000 years and I will never erase this sight from my memory. What did you do? I hiss at her, and Silka makes an effort to focus on me. She holds up Welly's head defensively. She attacked me. Now I notice the poison dart hanging harmlessly from Silka's blousey sleeve. Welly tried to protect herself, upheld the newcomer honor, probably barely had air to get the dart free from the gun. I abandoned her as she feared I would. Blinded by my desire to paint my poster, I left the real treasure unattended. She had to go, and you have to go. Silka continues. It's the only way that I can get back to my people. We all have people, I say. You think yours will ever be able to forget this? I know mine won't. Write me off, Sid. Disown me, I think. Spit when you hear my name. Failing at breaking the arena is nothing in the face of this. I'll tell how it was when I get home, she says. Oh, you're not going home, Silka. And I pull the axe from my belt. We're neither of us going home, I think. I'll kill her, and Snow will kill me. These games will have no victor. The second quarter quell poster. It helps the way that she tosses Welly's head aside with no regard or compassion for her even in death. Helps, too, to see a smear of chocolate high on her cheekbone where she must have wiped the tears away last night during our one-sided truce. And finally, it helps when she says, I will be the one. I'll be the one to get honor in the capital. Axe to axe, we go at it. I wish I could claim greater speed or strength, but we're fairly matched. Her training is superior, and I have an advantage that she could never hope for. Those 31 allies that I boasted of to the head game maker, yeah, I can feel every one of them at my back. Her first stroke comes straight down at my head, as if to cleave my body into two equal parts, but I just managed to block it. My counterattack clips her, drawing blood from her leg. A flicker of surprise crosses her face. She didn't expect that I could get through her defenses. Well, I may not be trained, Miss Silka, but I bet I've got more time wielding an axe than you have, and I've got the white liquor clean laundry to prove it. My time chopping up the arena after Amfred's death didn't hurt either. This weapon feels right at home in my hands. Barbaric, brutal, bloody. There's no way to pretty up what follows, and as we rain blows on each other, some begin to connect. Our axes lock heads as we grapple, and she knees me so hard that I see stars. I dodge an attack that buries her axe into a tree trunk, and she struggles to get it free. My blade bites into her flesh near her hip. A few moves later, she spins toward me and slices my thigh, and as our weapons entangle, I bash her in the face with the handle, knocking out a couple of her teeth. But eventually, Silka's training pays off, and when she wields the axe over her head in an intricate looping pattern, I'm distracted. The blade comes down unexpectedly, and before I have time to recoil, she opens a gash across my gut. I gasp. She strikes again, knocking my axe from my grip. My hand finds the damage. It's bad. She's coming at me, and I turn to flee, and she traps me in a headlock, cutting off my wind. Black flecks pepper my vision at the edges, and I can feel myself disappear when my eyes land on Welly's decapitated body. I cannot let Silka win. In a last-ditch effort, I yank my knife from my belt, and I drive it back over my shoulder. There's a shriek, neck released. I take her to my heels, oblivious to what harm I've done to her. Both hands are pressed against my wound. I zigzag through the woods, knowing that I have to make a stand. Certain that this is impossible, crazed with pain and fear, branches whip my face, roots catch my boots as I ricochet from one tree to the next. My one goal is to increase the space between Silka's screams and my being, but she's coming. My legs are beginning to buckle when the smell of burnt insects alerts me, and I find myself at the opening of the holly hedge. Ladybug, ladybug, here I'm again. But now, their home offers both refuge and a chance to regroup. Perhaps the capital-loving, rule-abiding, snot-green-wearing career will be afraid to follow me beyond the established bounds of the arena, and as the hot air is rising from the cannon washing over me, I stagger to the cliff's edge. Unable to run any further, I turn my face to my opponent. Boundary or no, Silka stumbles out of the hedge after me. Now I can assess the damage my knife did, own the empty socket where I gouged out her eyeball. Seems minor compared to keeping my innards contained. Without hesitation, she raises the axe and she lets it fly. My knees are already on the verge of giving way like folded wet cardboard, and I collapse to the dirt as the axe whistles over my head into the canyon. That's when I remember the force field and what happens to dropped objects. I watch, breathless, for what the love of my life would call poetic justice. Silka stands there, her hand against her gushing eye socket. Her good eye squints at my gut, estimating the arrival time of my death. And then there's the return of the whistle, her moment of confusion as the spinning axe catches the sunlight, and the dull, sickening sound as it lodges into her head. Now we're both on the ground. I roll onto my back, watching the hovercraft float above us. Silka's refusing to die. It's a strangled gurgle that seeps from her lips, and I just have to wait her out. My hand fumbles in my pocket, searching for a handkerchief to steam the blood. But instead, I unearth the relics of my last or second to last. Second, I don't know which. The tools I need to blow the hole in the cornucopia. Well, obviously, that's out. Dying outside the arena will have to be sufficient, although it seems an awful shame to not try one more poster. Perhaps there's still a chance that I could go out with a bang. Yes, it's become clear. I know what to do now. It's okay, Pa, I think. It's okay, Ma. Lift up your head, Sid. No one but me will paint this poster. I can feel consciousness threatening to slip away as I free the sunflower from my neck and place the blasting cap in it. I begin to bite off the fuse with my teeth. Leaving a few inches, I toss the remainder aside. Hey, look at this. Here. We're almost done, honey. Hey, here, have this. Here we go. Yeah. This time it works, Ambert, I think. Loose cannon going off, Luella. Wyatt, Lulu, Welly, Pinky swear amazingly. Pay attention, Panem. The newcomers will land on top. Hey, Grumpy Gills. Here. You want this? You want your water mat? Oh, so nice. Water mat. Very fun. Yeah. Here. Play with the fishies. Very good. Hamish Abernathy, you are to stop all activity immediately. The court settles, one shaky hand on the other over the head of the snake. The songbird, such fine craftsmanship, pretty with a purpose, she had said. It found its true purpose now, and a cannon fires. No victor's crown for you, Silka. Just the claw. Listen to those trumpets. They must be for me. A spray of sparks flies to the pile and blossoms into a little flame. A spray of bullets dances around my hands. Ha! They missed me. Breeze. Hamish Abernathy, you have been... No! Drop that. Drop that now. The flames are already dying as I hold out the bomb. It kisses the tip of the short fuse, and then hungrily it begins to eat up the black cord. You don't know what you're doing. Stop. Don't throw it. But I do. And with my last ounce of strength, I launch the sunflower into the canyon. If nothing else, there should be an impressive boom. But the game maker's panicked voice allows me to hope for more. What will happen when the explosion meets the force field? I have absolutely no idea, only that they do seem to fear it. The quartz slips to the ground, blending into the other rocks, and I slide the flint striker under my collar where it can rest against my heart. She'll understand this. The wind scatters the last bits of ash, carrying them into oblivion. Black splecks flood my eyes, forming a cloud that blocks out the sun, and a blast rocks the world. My last sensations are of the slippery coils of my intestines in one hand, the songbird pressing against my skin, the earth quaking beneath me. And I die, happy. What? What? We can't read any more today because I have Roll for Slime tonight, so I have to go get work done. But we're going to find out tomorrow what happens. Holy moly. Let me look. I do not know. What page are we on? What page are we on? We are on, well, we just finished 338. We're going to start chapter 25 tomorrow. Go get ready for physical therapy. Yes, I'm going to go get work done for Roll for Slime, get everything all prepared. All the bases are made, so I just have to do like the add-ins and stuff. I was going to try to do some yesterday, but like my eyes, I literally couldn't see, you guys. It was so bizarre. Imagine people that read these in timeline order. Oh my God. If you read it in timeline order, when you get to the first Hunger Games, you're like brokenhearted for Hamish already, right? Instead of like a little annoyed with him like we were. It is a big one tonight. Amanda, I was thinking, should we do yours also since it's also a birthday? Let me see how many I get through. I might try to do hers on video before that, but if I don't get it done, maybe we just do it tonight. You know what I mean? Because it has to get done. So yeah. Anyway, we have a lot of people on for Roll for Slime tonight, and that is the whole kit and caboodle. Oh, ball. She loves it. She's got 2 of these. She takes them like this in her hand and she chucks them across the room. What if I need a block slime? What do you mean a block slime? Do you mean a block bead slime? Yeah, you can get block beads on Etsy or from Slimy Palettes sometimes has them. Those are the 2 places that I've been able to get them. All right, I'm gonna go get everything ready. Stuff ribbons and yeah, oh, that's fun to like have them have something to pull out. Yes. I will not have slime available to purchase probably again until next month, but there will definitely be block beads among those. May still have to send the football one to entertain. Yeah, I mean, so my husband was a pitcher when he was in high school, and I think my daughter got his arm and she's gonna play softball because she takes these balls and she chucks them across the room like that. You do, don't lie. All right, I'll see you guys later. Oh, football season does start soon. We're gonna have to get our what do you call it back together? Our what's it called? Fantasy stuff. Same, Ray, same. All right, see you guys later. Bye, guys.